Governor Eddie Calvo says the Department of Corrections has improved since the administration first came into office nearly 4 years ago.
First of all, I would say with Mr. Saad that he has our full support from our administration.
This follows Wednesday's status conference in the district court with the U.S. Department of Justice over the medical, mental, and dental care at DOC. During the hearing, DOC Medical Director Dr. Raja Saad raised several red flags from the TB crisis to the daily struggle to meet minimal health care standards with being short-staffed. He further stated he was apprehensive to speak up, fearing he would be marked by his superiors.
We'll give him, and the prison will give him the necessary resources for him to do his job. So any of these statements that are being said, I think they are unfounded.
And just as Chief Judge Francis Tydinko Gatewood stated the state of health care at DOC sounded like a huge crisis, based on the reports, Governor Eddie Calvo says it's obvious more work is needed. And just as he's willing to support the medical director, Governor Calvo says he hopes Dr. Saad continues to do his job and not threaten to curtail services.
That's why we're hiring more nurses. Mr. Saad was ready to cut off services when he wasn't being paid, and he wanted to be paid every 2 weeks. We've actually worked with him, unlike we are with other vendors, where most vendors you're paid once a month. We're hopeful that Mr. Saad doesn't use this as some sort of political statements that he's making, because we've worked with him. We're getting him the nurses.
And while the state of DOC is important, Governor Calvo says he wants to ensure that Guam law is followed as well and raises some concerns with the federal authorities.
I think the important thing is to make clear to the court, to the federal government, that this administration will do their best to improve the quality of life for those that are incarcerated in the prison. But our top priority is for all the people of Guam, and I want to make sure that we have the necessary resources. What I'm a little bit concerned about, too, is the federal authorities telling us what their top priorities are, and it may not be in line with the top priorities of what is important for the people of Guam. But be that as may, we look forward to working in a constructive manner to improving the quality of the health conditions for those prisoners at DOC.
Calvo says when it comes to hiring certain professions, there is a process and pay scale that needs to be followed, and Guam cannot be forced to pay 3 to 4 times the going rate simply because the feds say so. He adds recruitment appears to be an ongoing challenge. Calvo ultimately hopes Dr. Saad and the federal authorities understand the unique circumstances of Guam's prison, adding there's no denying that the administration and the prison administration are working 110% to fill the gaps at DOC. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.